The time has come. There was a period about 29 years ago where over the next 4 years I moved about 4 times. So now I'm opening boxes that I boxed up 29 years ago. Of course, you know, if you don't look at a box for 6 months, they say you're supposed to toss it. Well, I opened a box today. I'd seen the box a few times and it was labeled. I knew what was in it, but I opened a box today. The time has come to start, doing something, getting rid of it, being sure you want it. Not time to leave it in a box for another 29 years, that's for sure. And so the next little video here, you're going to see what was in that box, and then I'm going to just talk about it a little bit because I've been doing a little research and I think it's quite interesting. So check this out, a 29-year-old box. I'm going to try one of these flip videos and see how this works out. These are Time Life Giants of Jazz series. I subscribed to these back when. I'm going to, after doing this video, I'll look up, see how many of these there were when they came out. I'm opening up boxes that hadn't been opened for many years, and I had a complete box full of these. I bought them when they come out. They're in no certain order. They're the way I pulled them out of the box, and I'm going to show them and talk about them just very briefly. Of course, one of the reasons I got interested was Jelly Roll Morton. You open these up. A lot of these records have not been played. If it's worthwhile, I'm going to continue the video, play a couple of the records, and talk about them a little more. They came with great biographical type books, each one with lots of information, photographs. One of the things, I'm not sure why, but over at my record store here in the last year, he had half a dozen of these records in probably not quite the condition mine are in, virtually unplayed, been in boxes for years. He had them in the dollar bin. And there's 3 or 4 records in each one of these things, and they were well done. And to get this for $1, I don't remember what they were when I subscribed, but it wasn't $1. Lester Young, Benny Goodman, Pee Wee Russell, he's kind of a Dixieland guy, but there's Ben Webster. We got the modern jazz guys in here. Earl Father Hines, Louis Armstrong, Fats Waller. I don't know how the camera's going to do with these as it gets a little further away. Coleman Hawkins, the guitarists. Of course, again, in my area of expertise, James P. Johnson, stride piano player. Henry Red Allen, jazz trumpeter, but you guys probably think of more as a Dixieland kind of guy. Teddy Wilson, jazz pianist. Again, you get a box like this with the book that comes in each one for $1. Bix Beiderbecke, of course, he's from the 1920s. Dixieland traditional jazz. Billie Holiday, most everybody likes Billie Holiday. And all of these things were taken from 78s, so it's not like they had the choice to redo from analog tapes or something. So these are going to sound as good as any of the reissues of these old records, primarily World War II and before, Duke Ellington and Jack Teagarden. And quick little run through here. This is the ones I have. I'm going to do a little more research, and if it looks like it's worthwhile, I'll add another little video to this one and tell a little bit more about these records. But I was debating what to do. I'll take them to the dump before I sell them for $1 a piece. And I'm thinking they're probably good enough, and I like this kind of music. I need to just clean them up a little bit, get the dust off of them, and put them on the shelf along with all the others. Yes, I opened that box a little bit earlier today, and I've done a little research, and I decided those records are worth keeping, and so I've cleaned them all up and put them on the shelf. I'm just going to show one here quickly and talk about it a little bit and what I learned. These Giants of Jazz Time Life series. There's a nice one, Billie Holiday. These were issued on a subscription service starting in 1979. There were 28 of them in total, and most of those came out in 80 and 81. If you subscribed, they shipped out, I don't know, one every month or one every 6 weeks, I think, something like that. I tried to see if I could find out what they cost, Googling some questions. Couldn't come up with that, but I'm guessing they were probably around $7.99 back in 1983 records. That was a pretty good deal, and you got at least one set free for subscribing. So I'm happy I had them and kept them in near new condition. Now, one of the things I think, and I said I saw some of these over at my record store for $1 a piece. Well, I went to Discogs, and they're about $10 to $25 a piece if they're in really good condition. And I've been over on eBay. Same thing with eBay. They're about $10 to $25, maybe, yeah, but in that price range if they're in VG++ near mint condition. And in the $20 to $25 price range, I saw some that are still sealed. So this is a great bargain in jazz if you can find these in the dollar bin, and I suspect probably it won't have to look too hard to find some of these in the dollar bin. Now, they're worth $1 to me. Each one comes with a great booklet. And in this booklet, what's on the cover of the record, you get a glossy, good color print, suitable for framing of the artist. Of course, mine still has a couple letters from Time Life in it. And like I showed in my little quick video, I won't go through these. Each book is around 40 or 50 pages. These books are worth more than $1 a piece. You got a biography of the artist. You got a lot of historical photos. And I put them on the shelf. They're worth having. Yeah, you're not going to get these records out and listen to them all the time in the sweet spot. But if you're interested in an artist, this is a great way to become a little bit more knowledgeable, just like this one here of Billie Holiday. You can read the book, you can listen to some of the records and get some information. One of the things they do, each track is discussed in length, telling you musically about the track, who plays on the track, what the importance of the track is, how it fits in the artist's repertoire. Those are definitely worth more than $1 a piece. Now, the records sound just fine. I think they sound as good as any reissue you're going to hear. A lot of this music was from the 40s, maybe the early 50s, some of it from the later 30s. There is a little bit of older stuff in there. Now, I have 17 of them out of the 28. I see 3 or 4 that I know for sure I had. These all fit into one of those U-Haul small size boxes. 17 of them fit perfectly and tightly in there. I've used a lot of those boxes because they also fit perfectly 36, 38, 40 player piano rolls. And so I've had a lot of those boxes. And what I'm guessing is the records that I don't still have, part of this series, were probably in another box of records that I just decided to get rid of. Now, I'm interested in this enough, and I decided these are value enough. I put in a bid for 2 of the ones I didn't have on eBay. We'll see what happens. I bid $30 postpaid for 2 of them, which are still mint and sealed. And those were 2 that I'd actually like to have. One, Bessie Smith, I never got that one, or I don't have it now. And the other one was Art Tatum. So one dealer had 2 records that I really would like to get. I'm not going to go after all of them probably, but if I can pick up 6 LPs with 2 of these books, mint sealed condition, for $30 postpaid, I'm thinking that's a bargain. So if you have any interest in this period of music, this is jazz out of the bargain bin at the best. See y'all down the trail.